All right, so we're being recorded. I am putting these on YouTube to get them off of Zoom. So when you check the website, you should be able to find the link. I'm not making them public. I'm just making them accessible to anyone that has the link.
Will we be able to download any of them?
I can send it to you to download, certainly. I'll send you an email with the link.
What happens is then I go out in the forest where there's no service, and unless I put it on my phone, I can't see it
Yeah, I can totally do that.
as an MP4. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you very
yeah.
much.
All right. So grab your strap and roll on down onto your back. Lay that strap off to the side. Lay the back of your head on the floor. Let your thighs reach for your belly. Let's just rock side to side. So my little grandson, Elliot, is now like, I don't know, he's getting closer to 2. But he is heavy, man. He is one big kid. He is the size almost of his sister, who's 4 years old. So I really feel my workout from carrying that boy around. All right, rocking out, massaging out that low back. Let your eyes fall into a hazy stare or closed. Start to bring your attention in and down. Feel your body. And come to still. Rest your feet on your mat. Walk your feet out as wide as your mat. Let your knees fall together. Place your hands on your belly, your elbows on the floor. Take a minute to elongate, making sure the spine is as long as it can be. The flat part of your head is on the mat. Back of your shoulders roll down towards the mat. Imagine your upper back melting into the mat along with your pelvis across your low back. Feel the bottoms of your feet. Notice your inhale and your exhale. Bring it down to feel it underneath your hands that are reaching across your belly. The rise and the fall. With each inhale, imagine you are awakening. With each exhale, imagine you are releasing. We're bringing in with the inhale thoughts, wisdom, emotion, perspective that supports us. Jeannie was talking about the positivity of Andrea Isaac, how wonderful it is to have that positivity. And each of us has access to that positivity from within ourselves. Imagine as you're breathing in, that positivity is expanding. And as you exhale out, whatever blocks it just floats away. Exaggerate the breath at the belly, floating the skin upward, feeling the abdomen expand, and then consciously drawing the belly button to the spine, contracting, the abs blowing out all the air. Feeling yourself center and land Be right here, right now. Repeat the mantras. I am connected. I am safe. I am love. I am connected. I am safe. I am love. One more time to yourself. Keeping your eyes closed or in a hazy stare, bring those thighs back to touch the chest. Wrap your hands around the shins. Fold into a tight little ball, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. And then release that left leg, float it down to the floor, and deepen that stretch on the right leg, into the hip, into the glute. Relax your shoulders, soften your face. Deepen your breath. Slide the knee to the armpit and find half happy baby with the right hand across the inside of the bottom of your foot. Slide your left arm out long. Tuck the top of the right foot behind the thigh. Roll over onto the left hip. Then extend the right arm out long. Let your right ear reach for the mat. Take your left hand to your right knee and either coax it down or kickstand it up. Close your eyes or find that hazy stare. Just feel that nice, easy twist. That right shoulder is melting. That right ear is melting towards the mat. Find the edge of your twist. Roll back to center and back into that little ball. Hands wrapped around the shins. Nice long spine. Contract the abs, glue the belly button into the mat, and float your shoulders up for this one. Keep your chin out of your chest. Keep the crown of your head reaching long and the elbows reaching down and back. Breathe and breathe. On your exhale, float out into an extended leg on the right leg. Left thigh comes into the belly. Slide the knee to the armpit. Find half happy baby when you're ready. Extend your right arm out. Tuck the top of the left foot behind the right thigh. Roll onto the right hip. Extend that left arm out. Look over that left armpit and then take the right hand and hold up or coax down. Think about relaxing the shoulders out of the ears, melting into the stretch. So in yoga, we're not forcing, we're not hyped up, we're melting, we're explorers, exploring our body. And breathe and breathe. Breathe. Make your way out. Grab that strap. Bring it underneath the arches of the feet. Shoot the legs up. Round the strap around nice and taut. Press your heels up and gently give a little tension on your strap. Make sure the shoulders are out of the ears. Back of the head is flat. Face is soft. And your belly button is stapled into the mat. With a contracted core, float your shoulders up, maybe wounding up one more on your strap. Keep your chin out of your chest. Let your abs do the work. Activating that third chakra, that place of choice, home of the free will. And release down, wind out, release the right leg out of the strap, extend it long down to the floor. Take this strap into your left hand. Take your right hand out and splay out that left leg, pressing out through the heel, straightening your leg as best you can. Drop your shoulders out of your ears and then rock your head, taking your right ear to the mat, then bringing things back to center and left ear to the mat. Just flow. Bring a little movement into the neck and into the shoulders. Notice where there's any tension, maybe holding one part of this a little bit longer than another part. Bring your head and your foot back to center. Take this strap in the opposite hand, roll onto that right hip and glue that left shoulder down. Stretch out through the bottom of the left foot. Drop your left ear to look over your left arm. Spread your fingers wide and come into that cactus for a shoulder stretch. Lengthen through the crown. Make sure you're not crunching at the neck. Feel that left shoulder, the back of it, pressing into the mat, your left elbow, back of your left hand. Rest. Breathe. And breathe. Press out through the left heel and really stretch that left leg. Find your edge. Roll everything back to center. Press that left heel towards the ceiling and then walk up your strap, lifting your shoulders. Straighten your leg. Lengthen through your crown. Staple your belly button into the floor. Breathe. And breathe. Roll on down. Bring the strap underneath both arches. And then bring the bottoms of your feet together as you wound your strap to come closer to you. Come into a cobbler pose. Think about rolling your pelvis so that your low back melts into the mat. Draw your elbows towards the bottom of your mat and grow the crown of your head a little taller. Feel your brow open, your mind open, your throat open. Feel your heart open as you melt your shoulders to the floor. Soften your throat and soften your face. Release back into legs up against the wall. Float that left leg down. Right leg reaches towards the ceiling. Contract your abs, lift your shoulders. Walk up your strap. Keep your chin out of your chest. Keep straightening your leg without hyperextending your knee. Roll on down. Take that strap into the right hand, splay that right leg out, extend the left arm out. Look over that left arm. Press your leg. Come back to center, switch the hand on the strap, roll onto that left hip, extend the right arm, push out with the heel of your foot, and then rest your right ear towards the mat, keeping that shoulders nice and melted. Spread your fingers wide and cactus that right arm. Bring that stretch into the shoulder, stretching that entire spine. Breathe. 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 So in yoga, we're trying to melt into the stretch. So there is effort, but without force. Bring everything back to center. Slide that left foot underneath the strap and then come into the cobbler. Wound the strap around, drawing the edges, inside edges of your feet towards your belly. Draw your elbows down, float your shoulders up, keep your chin out of your chest. With your abs contracted, start to do spinal rolls. The length of your mat. The strap keeps hitting me in my face. Using your core, see if you can come up to seated on your tailbone with your feet lifted. Draw your big toes towards your body. And breathe. Drop your shoulders out of your ears, grow tall through your crown. Let your knees go wide. Let your heart lift up. Gently make your way out. Come to seated in a comfortable way on your mat. Bring your strap in your hand. It's raining out. So that it's taut with your hands up over your head. Relax your shoulders out of your ears. Pull on the strap. A little isometric here. Check your pelvic bowl. Make sure it's rolling forward. Pull your belly button in. Drop your shoulders out of your ears. And then nice and slow, let that strap fall back. And then lift it up. And bring it forward. So you may need to, depending on your flexibility, widen your strap, or you may bring it closer together. And float it up. And float it down, front and back. And inhale as you come up. And exhale as you come down. Bring it back up to center and crescent over to the right. Let the right hand fall to the floor and pull up with the left hand. Look up to the ceiling. Pull on the strap, grow through your crown, drop your shoulders out of your ears and keep your hips heavy. Engage your core, come back up to seated. Change your legs. However you had them, bring the opposite leg forward. And then crescent over to the left. Find that stretch on the right side. Pull up on the strap, a little isometric. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Look up to the ceiling. Stretch your neck. Contract your abs, come back up. Lay that strap across your upper back. Pull out with your hands. Roll the pelvic bowl forward. Lift the crown tall. Make sure the chin's out of the chest. And just take some twists at the waist. Keep your hips heavy. Keep your crown tall. Come to still, ditch that strap. Lay it off to the side of your mat. Come up into all fours. You can grab a drink if you like. When you get to all fours, spread 10 fingers wide. Knees under hips, toes tucked. Crown long, belly button contracted. Shoulders out of the ears. Back is flat, hips are flat. Flow into some cow. Threading the heart forward, bending the elbows. And then into cat. Arching the back, tucking the tail, tucking the chin. Flow. Come to still, widen your knees. Untuck your toes, bring your big toe mounts together, slide into a devotional stretch, dropping your chest down in between your knees, drop your chin down, inchworm your fingers as far as they can go, and then melt your shoulders wide. Roll your armpits towards the floor. Peel the palms and the fingers of your hands off of the mat. Feel that help you to roll your shoulders a little bit wider. Spread your 10 fingers wide. Slow your breath. Heavy your hips. Lengthen through the crown and widen across your upper back. Slide your hands back down to the mat and towards you. Push your upper body up. Lift your left arm up. Sweep it underneath that right armpit. Lay the left side of your head down. Press into the mat with your right hand. Take a nice twist. Shoulder stretch. Make your way out and come right into the other side. So right arm sweeps up. Threads underneath that left armpit. Lay the side of your head down. Push into the left hand. Stretch. Breathe. The rain outside smells so good. I wish I knew it was going to rain. I just watered. Should have paid attention. Make your way out and back into box pose. Once you establish your box, step back with the left foot, lift up the left leg, bend the left knee, You can take your strap in a loop, bring it around the top of that left foot, and then bring the strap over the right shoulder and come into a quad stretch. Press the top of your feet away as you use the strap to create tension in that quad. Nice big stretch. And breathe. And breathe. And breathe. Find your way out. Step that left foot so that it comes in between your hands. Let your hips come forward. You can add blocks here to lift you up. Coming into a low lunge. So we're not on our knee. We're letting our hips come forward. Our shoulders roll back. If you don't want to use the blocks, fingertips on the mat. Stretch out that hip. Make your way back to box. Take your strap on the other side if you want to use it. Step back with the right foot. Lift the leg, bend the knee. Thread that strap around the top of the foot. If you don't need the strap, you can always just grab the foot. Kick out, pull in, grow through your crown. Breathe. Breathe. Low, level your shoulders. Think about leveling your hips. Keep your spine nice and long. And then release, step that right foot in between your hands, add blocks, find your lunge. Keep your throat open, keep your heart open. Keep that right knee stacked over the ankle. Breathe and breathe and stretch. Find your way back to box. And back into your child's pose. Wide knees, big toe mounts together, hips to heels, elongate. And then walk your hands to the right, push your left hip away, stretch that left oblique. Come back to center, elongate. And then find your way to the other side, walking hands to the left, stretching that right oblique. Pinky tip to hip, find your edge. Tune in, tap into the body's wisdom. Respond to what you feel, what you sense. Try and use your breath. Exhale the resistance, exhale the tension, exhale the old story. Breathe in wisdom, breathe in rational thought. Come back to center and walk into a plank pose. So modified plank. You're just bringing your knees underneath you. Your hands are wide. The top of the head comes forward. The shoulders come back. Full plank. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees and your thighs. Glue your belly button to your spine. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Little micro bend at the elbows. Breathe and breathe. Chaturanga down. Come down just a little bit. Hold it. Keep growing through your crown. A little bit more. Float all the way down. I can't hold it anymore. Untuck your toes. Take your arms long above you. Take a stretch. Roll over onto the left side. Rest your head on your forearm. lengthen through your body so that you are in a straight line. You can keep that right hand to kickstand you. Think about rolling this right hip back, stacked right over the left hip, shoulders stacked over each other. Point the toe, lift that top leg high as you can and float it down. Use your core. Lift it up, float it down. Lift it up, float it down. 3 more. Don't let that pelvic bowl roll forward. You're not getting the benefit. You want to keep that core engaged. You can have that hand on the mat or on your hip. Once you get 3 done, step that right foot forward, right in front of your hip. Roll the hip back. Keep the core engaged. Hover that left leg above. You can come up onto your bent elbow if you like, and then pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax down. Bring both feet together with thighs parallel at the top of your mat. Bring your big toes together. Roll that hip back, contract the core, and then open and close. Open and close. You should feel this right in the hip, strengthening that muscle around your hip. Feels better to me to drop my head. Find what feels good to you. Notice if you're rolling forward, you're not going to feel it in the hip. You need to stack those hips, engage the core, open and close, and open and close, open and close. Keep going until you feel it. Keep breathing. Come to still. Take that right hand, reach for the top of your right foot, kick out, pull in. You can straighten that left leg if you like. You can keep it bent, whatever feels good to you. Kiss your shoulder blades together. Open your heart. Stretch that quad. Release, roll onto your belly. Slide your hands on either side of your chest. Feet wide is a little bit easier on the low back. Big toe mounts touching, a little bit more of a challenge. Hover your face. Think of a string pulling the top of your head forward so you're not lifted, you're not tucked, you're long. Draw your elbows down and back. See how that feels for your back. If it feels okay, peel the heart up a little more. Maybe lift the hands. Hover. If that feels okay and your glutes can stay loose, press the tops of your feet into the mat and lift the knees and the thighs off. And breathe. Keep those glutes jellied. Keep the neck soft. You're not kinking up or down. You're strengthening your back. And breathe. And breathe. And breathe. Float on down, roll on to your opposite side. Flip around here. Length of your mat laying on your forearms, straightening your legs nice and long. Stacking your hips, stacking your shoulders, engaging your core to keep you here. Point your toes, lift your leg, float it down 6 times. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. I lost count already. I think 4 more. Breathe. Breathe. 1 more. Step that left foot forward. Use your left hand to pull it into place. You can come up onto your hand, bend your elbow, roll your hip back, hover that lower leg, kiss your shoulder blades back, and pulse. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come into the clamshell. Thighs parallel. Roll the hip back. Glue the toe mounds together. You can kickstand your hands if you need to. Kiss your shoulder blades together. I like to drop my head and open and close. You should feel this right in the hip and in the glute, not on the first 10 maybe. So maybe after 10, you just want to make sure you're not rolled forward. You're stacked. Your core is engaged. Breathe. Breathe. The smell of rain reminds me of our recent trip to Georgia, where it rained almost every day, but it was really beautiful. We just did things in the rain. So once you start to feel it, do a couple more. Just building that muscle around the hip. And come on out, find the quad stretch. Left hand reaches for the top of the left foot. Kick out, kiss the shoulder blades together. Straighten that right leg if you like, or keep it bent. Breathe. 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 Find your way out, roll back onto your belly for that cobra pose. Hands on either side of the chest, elbows draw back, face hovers, decide what you want to do with your feet. Come into your version of cobra, your level. Jelly the glutes. And breathe. And breathe. If you like a little more, you can come into bow pose. Bend the knees, take the hands back, grow through the crown. Breathe. Breathe. Wherever you landed, come into child's pose. Devotional stretch, widen across your upper back. Then slide your hands towards you. Tuck your toes. Roll on to the balls of your feet. And then come to still, make your way up. Keep your knees bent, your belly on your thigh, and roll up one vertebra at a time. Sweep your arms up. Bring your hands to prayer, thumbs to heart. Drop the shoulders out of the ears. Bring your feet about 2 fists width apart. Sit down in a chair. Your buttocks comes back, your crown goes tall, pelvic bowl tilts, core engages. Hands can be on the thighs in prayer, extended out or extended up. Drop the shoulders out of the ears, find your chair. Exhale into a forward fold. Knees bent, belly touches the thighs, then hips lift and head drops. Shake it yes, shake it no, dump out the head trash. Come to still, roll up one vertebra at a time. And find your way back to chair. Lots to think about. Feet pressed down, knees bent, hips sit back, pelvic tilts, crown grows tall, arms can be down, out, up. Breathe and breathe and dive down, forward fold. Keep that connection between belly and the thigh. Lift the hips, drop the head, grab the elbows, maybe your heels, maybe around your calves. Shake your head, yes and no, dump out the head trash. Make space for saying something nice to yourself. And when you're ready, roll up one vertebra at a time. Come to mountain pose and say that nice thing to yourself. Let's get a drink. Kind of rushed that nice thing, didn't I? So Ringe asked for airplane. I thought we would challenge ourselves, take airplane into dancer. So a hard surface, advisable, sense of humor. If you're on carpet, let's start at the back of our mat. Mountain pose. Align the insides of the feet, spread the toes wide, tuck the pelvic tail, engage the core, roll the shoulders back and down, grow through your crown, feel your magnificence. Say that nice thing to yourself again and let it land. Let it sink into every cell of your body. Bring weight to your right foot, find your drishti. Step forward with your left foot. Hinge at the hips. Hop that back foot forward. Feel the shoulders, hips, crown grow tall. Hinging forward. Extend the arms out. So this is one. Soften that left knee. And then start to lift that right leg. Level your hips, level your shoulders. Airplane pose. You want a challenge. Lift the arms back up. Take that right arm to the left foot or to the right arm to the right foot. And then kick out, reach forward for dancer. Otherwise, stay in airplane. Breathe and breathe. Come on out. Mountain pose. Walk back to the back of your mat. My legs from hiking this morning are tired. Weight into the left foot. Step forward with the right foot. Hinge at the hips. Soft right knee. Slide the left foot forward. You're on your toes. Grow tall through the crown. Drop the shoulders back. Hinge forward with soft knee. Extend your arms. Lift your leg. Press out through the heel. Grow through the crown, airplane. Breathe. Breathe. Stay here or challenge. Lift the arms up. Drop the foot. Left hand reaches for the top of the left foot. Hinge forward, kick out, reach forward, dancer. Breathe and breathe. Find your way out. A little more graceful than I did. Find your mountain. Hands to prayer, thumbs to heart, shoulders roll down, crown grows tall, belly button pulls in, feet press down. Swan dive. When you're ready, inhale your arms up, bend your knees, splay your arms, lift your heart, and then dive down in an act of humility, bowing your heart to the mat. Thighs and belly touch to protect the low back, then hips lift, head rest, reaches towards the mat. Walk your hands to the right, push your hips to the left. Breathe and breathe. Walk back to center. Deepen your fold. Lift your hips. Drop your head. Shake it, yes. Shake it now. And then walk your hands to the left. Push that right hip away. Feel all that head trash dumping out. Feel your shoulders relax, your face soften. Come back to center. And make your way down to seated. Grab a drink. Extend your legs out in front of you. Shake them out. And if you like, you can grab your strap for a seated forward fold. Bring that strap around the arches of your feet. Taunt it. Erect your spine. Feel that 90-degree angle at the hip crease. Drop the shoulders out of the ears. Push out with the heels. Breathe. Press out with the heels. Feel the stretch come through the back of the ankle, up the calf, through the back of the knee, up into the hamstring. Keeping your chin out of your throat, your crown reaching tall, hinge forward. You can wrap that strap around, or you can drop the strap and touch your toes. Keep your shoulder blades kissing towards one another and the spine nice and long. Hold the pose and breathe. And breathe. And breathe. As you come up, bring your right leg with you. Bring that heel all the way close as you can. Wrap the right elbow around and grow tall through your crown. Wind removing pose. Release, take that right foot on the outside of the left. thigh, wrap the left elbow around, grow tall. Lord of the fishes, sweep that right arm up, follow it with your gaze, kickstand it behind you, add the elbow on the outside of the knee, look over that right shoulder, drop your shoulders away from your ears, take your eyeballs a little further, and your gaze can go. Make your way out. Bend your bottom leg. Place the shins one on top of each other for fire log. Kickstand your hands behind you. Your legs maybe look different than mine. You may want to take a block to give you a little relief in between your knee and your foot. Roll that pelvic bowl forward, grow the crown tall. Ask yourself, how does this feel? If it feels okay, hinge forward. Here you might use a block in front of you to lay your forearms on. Keep your chin out of your chest. Maybe you have your hands on the floor. Just keep lengthening. Find your edge, stretch that hip. Breathe and breathe and breathe. Contract your abs, come on up. Sweep your arms up. Then out to the sides and back. Airplane arms. Grow long through the crown. Or you can interlace the fingers, drop the knuckles, open across your chest. You can also play around with grabbing your elbows or bringing your hands into a prayer mudra up your back. Just keep kissing the shoulder blades together. Lengthen the neck, soften the face. Breathe and breathe and breathe. Wherever you landed, make your way out. Come back into long legs. Add the strap if you like it. Peel away any flesh that creeped underneath your sitting bones. Sit up nice and tall, maybe kickstanding your hands again, pressing out through the heels, stretch the back of your legs. And then find your fold. Maybe using a block between your feet. Just keeping your chin out of your chest. Find your edge. Melt. Other side, bring your left foot with you as you roll up. Peel away the flesh. Wrap the elbow around. Sit up nice and tall. Lord of the fishes, take that foot to the outside. Wrap that right elbow around. Stay tall. Float that left arm up. Follow it with your gaze. Kickstand it behind you. Add on the elbow, the spread fingers. Look over that shoulder. So add-ons are always optional. Everything's always optional. Breathe and breathe. Keep the core engaged, the head tall, come into fire log on the other side. Shins are stacked one on top of each other. Add the block if you need to. Kickstand the hands and practice sitting up tall or fold forward. Bow the heart. Chin out of the chest. Breathe into the left hip. Contract your abs, roll up, sweep your arms up. And then behind you, airplane arms. Drop the shoulders down, open across your heart. Feel your high heart coming to the surface. Feel your throat open, soften your face. Any add-ons you like. So knuckles interlaced is one. Grab your elbows, maybe another. Just try them out. See how they feel for you. Maybe prayer hands behind you. Find your way out. Grab a drink. Have your block handy. Any props that you want for Savasana handy. Roll down to your mat, whether you just roll down or if you want to do a little ab exercise, find that 90-degree angle, crown growing towards the ceiling, shoulders roll down, arms extend out, feet are at the bottom of your mat. Think about staying tall, contracted core, and roll down one vertebra at a time, like you're rounding from the tailbone, growing through the crown, using those core muscles. Breathe and breathe and shake. And when you get down, find the flat spot on the back of your head. Walk your feet towards you. Grab your block. Lift your hips. Slide that block underneath your hips. Find the sweet spot. Take your time. Place your hands on either side of the block and then walk your fingertips down towards the heels of your feet. Take your chin out of your chest. Let your face parallel with the ceiling. Contract your abs and bring your thighs towards your belly with knees bent, and then straighten your legs. Breathe. Press your heels towards the ceiling. Draw your toes towards you. Feel that stretch from the heel through the back of the ankles, the calf. Breathe and breathe. Point your toes, drop your feet with bent knees, lift your hips and slide that block in between your knees. Drop your hips down to the floor. Tilt your pelvic bowl so that your core is engaged and there's no space underneath your low back. Walk your heels towards you and squeeze that block. So we're working the inner thighs, we're working the core. Reach your arms up. Right hand comes across, left hand finds the outside of the shoulder, right palm pushes away, and then look over the right shoulder. Squeeze, press, stretch. Release your arms. Return your gaze to center. Hands come to the outside of the hips. Keep that block squeezed between your knees and lift your hips, pressing your knees towards the bottom of your mat. Don't collapse your throat. Keep lifting. If you like, walk your shoulders underneath you, clasp your hands, find your bridge. Breathe and breathe and breathe. Find your way out. Float it down. Take that block and bring it as close as you can to your groin. Squeeze it. Adjust your feet. Roll your pelvic bowl. Engage your core. Reach your arms up. Left hand comes across, right hand underneath. Press away and look away. Squeeze and breathe and breathe and squeeze. Flatten your back into the mat. Release the arm stretch. Take that block in between your knees. Float your hands down to your hips. Walk your fingertips towards your heels. Come up into your bridge. Walk your hands down a little bit closer to your heels. Lift your hips a little bit higher. And then walk your shoulders towards one another. Clasp your hands and come into the full bridge. Breathe and breathe. Throat is open, mind is open, heart is open, hips are lifted. Knees are pressing out. Squeeze that block. Breathe and breathe. And exhale out. Remove the block. Come into a little ball, rock side to side. Say something nice to yourself. Come to still. Grab your strap. Bring it underneath the arches of your feet. Taunt it. Legs up against the wall. Roll your pelvic bowl. Glue your belly button to the floor. Take your shoulders out of your ears. Slide your right leg out, lengthen it long. Bring the strap in to the right hand, roll on to the right hip. Extend the left arm out. Drop the left ear towards the mat. Spread 5 fingers wide and come into a cactus. Melt into your pose. Breathe. Breathe. Slowly make your way out, back into both feet underneath the strap, legs up against the wall. Taunt the strap, press the heels up, lengthen through the crown as you draw your elbows towards your feet. Press your low back into the floor. Other side, drop that left leg out, lengthen, take the strap into the left hand, roll onto the left hip, extend the right arm, taunt strap, straight leg if you can, don't hyper extend that knee, roll the right ear to the floor, extend 5 fingers long, bend the elbow, breathe. Make your way out. Do any last little poses that you need to. I was trying to think of something to share regards to the events of the day. And my hope that all is in divine order and that women's rights will be returned and not restricted, that women should be equal with every other gender. But I don't have anything, so when you're ready, surrender, as we, I think, need to do, into trust and faith. I'm going to do a traditional savasana just with my legs extended. You may want to add props, blankets, pillows, eye pillows, bolsters. You can do something with a strap. You could be in a cobbler pose with your strap, blocks underneath your knees. Take time to find your pose, to melt into surrender, to find our wisdom by releasing being against and remembering what we are for. So one of the laws of energy is what we resist persists. What we focus on expands. So as you sink into your savasana, release fear, release resistance. Invite in what you wish to focus on. And I hope it's love. I hope it's inclusion. I hope it's all the qualities that we talk about in yoga and all the qualities shared with us in the Enneagram. So I think I'll share those and you can pick all or some or whatever feels right for you today. So relax, close your eyes or find a hazy stare. Bring attention to your breath. Let your inhale awaken you. Let your exhale relax you into awakeness. And qualities starting at point 8 are strength, strength through vulnerability. Point 9 is inclusion through the allowance of diversity. Point 1 is acceptance, using the awareness of a bigger picture, a divine order. Moving from the body to the heart intelligence. Point 2 is unconditional love. Remembering that unconditional love starts at the center of our being. It's not something we force or demand from another. It's something we are and we show up with. And point 3 is preciousness, that full high heart, adaptability and kindness. Point 4 is depth, being willing to explore the spectrum of each of us, remembering we're each unique, we're each very special. We each have purpose and meaning. And then coming from the heart to the head, that high mind. Point 5 invites us into consciousness, rational thought, curiosity and inquiry. 1.6 invites us to connect with our inner guidance, to connect with what is your soul or the God within, to seek wisdom from that place. Humbly, without arrogance, with lots of reverence. 1.7 is to remember presence, joyful presence that comes through seeking options, by staying curious, by being thirsty for all that life has to offer, filled with gratitude, appreciation, and a zest for life. Spend a few moments from an integrated mind connected to your body with an open heart, without expectation or need. Just be with yourself for a few moments. Holding that presence, bring a little movement to your fingers and your toes. Slide your hands up overhead, bring your feet together, take a nice big stretch. And then walk your heels towards your buttocks. Find a block or a fist, place it between your knees, roll onto one side, rest your head, draw the thighs close to the belly, open your eyes, fetal pose. And look down at that block, have it be a reminder, just be kind to yourself, to support yourself, kind thoughts, kind feelings, kind actions, kind reactions. We do have choice. We always have choice. Contract your abs, roll up. Take your time. Final pose, seated, can be a hero's pose, can be an easy seated pose, can be a lotus pose. So if you're working on stretching your hips, lotus does that. If you're working on stretching your quads, heroes does that. Easy seated pose stretches the hips. So find what feels sweet to you. Roll the pelvis forward, grow tall through the spine, roll the shoulders back and down. Place your hands outside of your hips. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder, left hand to the outside of your head. Kiss your shoulder blades, lift your heart. Try looking down towards that left hip. Replace your hand. Drop your shoulders. Find your way out into the other side, right ear to right shoulder, right hand to the left side. Roll the pelvic bowl forward, kiss the shoulder blades together. Open your heart, open your throat, drop your shoulders, lengthen your neck, soften your face. Try looking down at your right hip. Place your hand. Drop your shoulders down and back. Lift your heart. Make your way out. Extend your arms out wide. Kiss your shoulder blades together. Feel your essence shining out from you. You are incredible. Give yourself a hug. Arch the back. Wrap the arms. Drop the chin. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, hug the opposite way. Slide the hands into prayer. Touch the thumbs to the center of the head. What do you need right now? Invite it in to your thoughts and to your beliefs. I need a little faith and trust. Maybe a lot. Bring your thumbs to your lips. What's another thing that you need? Bring it into your expressions and your perceptions. They are powerful. I need a little hope. Bring your thumbs down to the heart space. Roll the shoulders back and down. Grow tall. Roll the pelvis both forward. What do you need? One more thing. Bring it into your actions and your reactions. I think it's love. Actions and reactions for yourself, for others, for the world. Let's move forward with love. Let's focus on awakeness. Let's have hope. Thanks for being here. Namaste. I'm going to stop that recording. I think I woke up a little bit.